Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only gonna do this once. You always knew I'd make it from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. Been watching my story all winning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't call? Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Put that on my soul. They ain't hungry no more when it's time to eat crow. Or a farming, I'm enhancing my glow. Ain't gon' argue with you about what I know. Photo album, all I'm seeing is ghosts. Had to remodel from pillar to post. Said what I said, I ain't come here to argue. You said congratulations, should've said sorry. Got it, now you won't be part of the party. Your access denied, I'm sorry, not sorry. When I needed air, niggas wouldn't afford it. Now they pulling up and thinking we solid. Now I'm on the phone talking $1 million topics. Up early, Zoom call out to Abu Dhabi. Don't answer my phone if it's gonna be about gossip. I don't really care, everybody got problems. That's why I be sharing my woes, letting y'all know it's okay, you can come up from the bottom. Scraping, scratching, clawing. Before I start running, I started with crawling. Before I got balance, I started with falling. Started with broke before I ever was balling. Started with hope before ever reward. They ain't show up till I became important. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say nothing? Classic. 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 I'm only gonna do this once.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance, standing at 6'2", 190 pounds.
Let's get ready.
I get you. Boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye. You ain't with real life. Seen a couple people trying, it ain't even pretty. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it ends.
Hey y'all, hit the like and subscribe button.
In the way I level
Classic,
up, I
really
make them
appreciate
spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make a wish in me. I got these hoes in the fridge. They can't seem to get to me. They out of master discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused. Want the fruits of your labor, gotta climb the tree. Yeah, I'm out here planting seeds, cause I got a lot to leave. I be putting in long hours, I ain't gotta stop to breathe. I be putting in long hours, I ain't gotta stop to sleep. Yeah, I'm putting in that time, put in work, I'm a different breed. My work ethic marine, Mama mentality, shout out to Bean. Coach like sweat, 6 society T. I'm in the gym working out clean. Bad work, 5 punch combination, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3. I'm made different, I work too hard.
Classic. Yo, it's Classic with Classic Code Sports. Make sure as you file in, you hit the like and subscribe button, man. We finna talk some boxing real quick. Let's chop it up. We got Jay Salas in the building early. We got Happy in the building early. We got Lisa in the building early. What's going on, everybody in the chat? What's going on, chat 333? We in the building, man. Let's get straight into the show, though. Let's get straight into the show. Like I said, like and subscribe, do the free stuff, hit the share button, pass this around to other people who like that good boxing conversation, man. But we got Abdullah Mason coming up this Saturday, man, with his homecoming fight out in Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out to the youngest champion in the sport of boxing right now, man. Yes, sir. The youngest champion in the whole sport of boxing, Abdullah Mason, will be returning home to Cleveland, Ohio for his homecoming fight. He was supposed to be fighting Joe Cordina, chat, but there has been a late replacement because Joe Cordina's visa did not get approved to come over to the States for the championship fight. So he will be fighting another Ohio native and actually a friend of his, somebody who he has admitted out of his own mouth. Abdullah has admitted out of his own mouth that he is cool with the replacement title contender, Albert Bell.
Classic.
Now, listen, Albert Bell is 28-0, chat. But here's the thing. We're going to get into the fight real quick. I had to go look into Albert Bell, right? I'm not going to act like I know about every single boxer. Left hand, what's going on? Lisa said, what's up? Yo, man, what's happening? So I'm not going to act like I know every boxer that's active. I don't. Sometimes you got to go look into a guy. You know, no Diddy. You got to go look into a fighter. So once I saw who his replacement was, I went and did my due diligence on Albert Bell, watched a couple of his fights that were available, and I like him. I like Albert Bell. He's a rangy guy, tall fighter, athletic, quick. I would use the word quick to describe Albert Bell. And so he's someone who Abdullah has already shared the ring with. I heard Abdullah talk about how him and Albert have sparred. You know, he's already been in the ring with him. And he asked him, he said, you emailed me, just putting it in on your radar. I bet. I got you. What up, Candy? What's going on? So Albert, yeah, man, Albert Bell. Shout out to Albert Bell for stepping in, being a guy who's staying ready and looking to seek to capitalize on a big moment for himself this weekend and looking to spoil the homecoming party of Abdullah Mason. Here's the thing, chat. I looked into Albert so I could talk to y'all about this fight. And I'll most likely 9 times out of 9, I'll probably be calling this fight this weekend. Abdullah Mason will beat Albert Bell this weekend, but not because he's tomato can. Again, Albert Bell is 28-0. He only has about 9 knockouts though, chat. And while he's rangy, he does control distance well. He's athletic. He's quick. Albert Bell, that is. He don't have enough pop on this shit to really keep Abdullah off his ass for 12 championship rounds of fighting, chat.
Classic.
We seen Abdullah go to a real dark place to get his titles, right? We saw him get into an all-out war to get his titles. We already know what his heart built of. We already know what his durability is like. We seen him dropped. We seen him get up and drop and stop the guy that dropped him. We know how Abdullah Mason's body is, right? We know what it is. And if you ain't punching, like if you ain't really got some snap on your shit, from what I seen from Albert Bell, it's gonna be a good couple of rounds until Abdullah really get, you know what I'm saying, get to hitting, mashing the gas. And the shit gonna get ugly in there, chat.
Classic.
It's gonna get ugly in there, chat. I seen Albert fighting behind his range, but still pressing towards a guy, wanting to engage. Very, very active hands. I also saw his gas tank is a little, you know, hands start getting low, fundamentals start slipping a little bit. He gonna keep throwing. He's an active fighter. He does throw. But the holes I saw and the strengths I see from Abdullah, I don't think Abdullah Mason is gonna have any trouble this weekend with Albert Bell. And again, that's no knock to Albert Bell. But in boxing is levels, right? And there's a reason why Abdullah Mason is where he is. Albert Bell will hopefully take this look that he's gonna get and do something with it, because I do think he's a class fighter. I just don't think he's on Abdullah Mason's level.
Classic.
And it's just that simple. Just being Jazzy said, oh, hey, Classic, what's going on? What up with it? What up? Welcome back. So yeah, man, we ain't gonna stay on that too long. We'll be getting more into it. It is fight week for Abdullah Mason. What's today? Today, Wednesday. So they should be stepping on the scales on Friday. Final press conferences should be tomorrow. So we'll be covering all of that as the youngest champion in the sport of boxing. We seek to make him a household name through our platforms here at Classic Codes Sports and the Classic Codes. No matter where you're watching me from, do me a favor and slide over to Classic Codes Sports and hit that subscribe button. We are on the march to 200 subs, on the way to 1,000. All right, so make sure you hit the subscribe button on the sports channel specifically so you can see my pre-recorded breakdowns in addition to catching my live streams. We're also live on Kick right now as well for those of you that's tapped in from Kick. So let's get off of this, man. Abdullah Mason, homecoming. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to covering that press conference. I wonder how it's going to get. Before I get off of this,
I wanted to point out something. I already said it. Abdullah Mason and Albert Bell are cool. So he was asking the interview. He was asking the interview recently if that's going to impact anything about him fighting him, right? Him and Albert actually having a personal relationship and being cool with each other. And Abdullah Mason, like the young lion that he is, the young champion that he is, he said, you know, he's in the sport for what he's in the sport for. And that's to fight, that's to be the best, and that's to, you know, capture championships and create legacy and all of those things. He's in the sport for what he's in it for. He said if that involves, you know, having to fight someone that he's cool with or close to, you know, to prove that he's the best, then he's all for it. They can go back to being cool after the fight. That's a much different spirit, much different energy, much different mentality, much different level of thinking than the Shakur Stevenson, the Keyshawn Davis, the Richardson Hitchens, you know, the brothers, everybody's brothers. We brothers, we never gonna fight, we brothers. Classic. Right? And so for that, you know, Abdullah is showing that he's a throwback fighter. What Mike Tyson say? If you're my friend and you love me, you fight me so I can get some money and feed my family, right? Classic. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Abdullah for that, man. Let's move. Let me see what we talking about, chat. Let me see what we talking about. Left hand said, rumor is Bell hurt Dullah in sparring before. Youngin want that get back. He might have. I like Albert. He's sharp, man. But he don't produce a lot of knockouts for a guy who lets his hands go. And that let me know he not really punching like that. So if he hurt Abdullah in sparring before, Abdullah must have ran into some shit. Because from what I seen, he even if you watch Jahai Tucker, I just covered Jahai Tucker's win from this past Saturday. Even if you look at like Jahai Tucker, he throw his hands all night. His hand don't no coach in the world got to tell him to let his hands go. But he don't be stopping nobody like that. Like his KO ratio is low. So that let me know like niggas could take your punch. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried. From what I've seen, looking at some Albert Bell fights, in them 8-ounce gloves with no headgear, it ain't translating. So we got to see though. That's why it's boxing. Jordan said not to jump the gun, but 2 more years, and I want to see Mason versus Keyshawn. Next year, I want to see Abdullah versus Emiliano Vargas. That's the fight. Keyshawn is now at 147, Jay. So I'm not even thinking about Abdullah Keyshawn. Abdullah is champion at 135. Keyshawn ran all the way up to 147. So I'm not even thinking about that right now. But and I don't think Abdullah gonna run through 140 like that. You saying in 2 years, so that means he got to jump from 35 to 40, then go straight from 40 to 47 fairly quickly. He probably a chill at 40 for a little bit because he's still chilling at 35. You probably talking about 4 years, and that's if Keyshawn don't try to make friends with him. You know these niggas like being brothers. Brinley said, "Who is your idol?" Me. I don't idolize no other man. Bigger Boy said hi. Brinley said true. Yeah, I don't idolize. I don't practice idolatry of men. Yeah, let's get to the main event for the day, though. Let's get to the main event for the day. Devin Haney versus Keyshawn, almost official. Let me take a moment here to let y'all know that I'm the guy that they said, you know, this channel was inspired by some of my homies that I love talking boxing with and some old homies that told me I don't know shit about boxing. But let me tell you something. More times than not, I'll be right, chat. More times than not. Everybody gonna get some shit wrong. It's boxing. At the end of the day, it's fairly unpredictable. But a lot of the times, I'll be right, chat. I told y'all, go to my page, look at my past live streams. I'm gonna turn it into a playlist to make it more comprehensive for y'all. But I told y'all that it was all smoke and mirrors, chat. I told y'all, I said it was all smoke and mirrors. I got 3-part series called Smoke and Mirrors. I told y'all about the reluctant champion Shakur Stevenson. I told y'all that Devin Haney was going to end up having to fight Keyshawn Davis no matter what. I told y'all when Devin and Bill confirmed that the conversations with Tank Davis were true, I told y'all, I confirmed with y'all, hey, listen, they talking, but we shall see. I still think it's going to be Keyshawn. I told y'all. This is my moment to say I told you so. It is what it is. I don't know shit about boxing. But I'll be right. Devin Haney took to Twitter last night. For those of y'all, or X, I should say. Devin Haney took to X last night. My favorite African streamer. Africa, are you from? Oh, okay, you want to get blocked. No problem. I can help you with that. Let's get him out of there. Let's see. Godzilla, what up? He put the bell. What up, Godzilla? Robert, what up? He said, salute. What's happening with it? He said, you Jamaican? Nah, I'm not Jamaican. I sound Jamaican? I look Jamaican? No, I'm not Jamaican. I'll be in Jamaica, though. Shout out. Wagwan. But yeah, man, I told y'all what it was, man. I told y'all what it was. I told y'all that it was all smoke and mirrors. I told y'all it was going to be Keyshawn Davis. That WBO play that James Prince put in place, it wasn't for no reason, bro. And he ain't spend that money to get Keyshawn, you know, allegedly, all alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment. You know, could be satire. But, you know, I know what some payola look like. When you start skipping lines for no reason and we can't point to why, somebody got paid. So y'all could do with that what y'all want, allegedly, right? So when Keyshawn jumped the line and became #1 contender for Devin Haney's belt, all of a sudden overnight and shit, unbeknownst to even him, right? Man, whoever put that bread in place to make that happen, they wasn't trying to waste that money. Keyshawn was going to get that title shot no matter what, because that's what he paid
Classic.
for. All alleged for content creation purposes, entertainment. Like I said, I know what payola look like when I see it, right? So you know, I spent a lot of time in corporate America. When people jump the line like that, when they skip the line, you know how the line long as hell and somebody just walk all the way to the front. When they skip the line like that, they either paying or fucking. And we're going to leave the second part out. So, yeah. So when Keyshawn jumped that line, man, that money wasn't going to be for nothing. He was going to get that title shot from Devin. And on top of that, Devin dropping his belt for any reason, even just a Shakur fight. Could he have done it and went to go catch the bag and catch the body? Sure. But why? Right? I'm already giving you enough. I'm already coming down in weight. I'm already doing this. And now you're putting another stipulation and another stipulation. Bro, we get it. You don't want to fight. The reluctant champion, as I coined the term, Shakur Stevenson, the reluctant champion. I'm the one that said that first, right? He doesn't want to fight Devin right now at best and not at all at worst. That's what it is. Shakur Stevenson had a small laundry list of people calling him out, all formidable. Devin Haney, formidable. Raymond Mortaya, formidable. O'Shaquie Foster, formidable. The last person that I heard Shakur Stevenson mention was a nigga that don't want to fight him right now. Listen, when Gary Antoine Russell was asked about Shakur Stevenson after his last fight, Gary Antoine Russell said, I want to fight Shakur last, right? Shakur is not next on Gary Antoine's list, but Shakur takes the liberty to make Gary Antoine first on his list. So Shakur, like Rocky Balboa, the fake boxer from the movies, he likes chasing chickens.
Classic.
If the man don't want to fight you right now, why is you calling him out? When you got Ray Mortaya with a belt for your ass calling you out. When Raymond Mortaya was asked, why aren't you fighting Shakur Stevenson next? Raymond Mortaya said, because Shakur Stevenson and his team didn't want it.
Classic.
Unquote. That's what he said. Heard him say it out of his own mouth. They didn't want it. O'Shaquie Foster said, we could do whatever. I'll come to 140. We're all around the same size. I don't know why niggas tripping off of weight. That's what O'Shaquie Foster said. Shakur didn't oblige. Even after giving his word, beat up Ray Ford, and then I'll fight you. He whooped Ray Ford. Shakur nowhere to be found. He's not a man of his word.
I'm only going to do this once.
You understand? He's the reluctant champion. I'm not going to call him scared. I'm going to call him reluctant, right? He wants to do what he wants to do when he wants to do it. And because of why? You beat Teofimo Lopez? So Devin Haney moves on from Shakur. Shakur was never a real thing. Smoke and mirrors. But it did give us some stuff to talk about for a few days and some clicks and some views to get, right? Some money for those who are monetized on their sports pages. So shout out to Bill Haney and shout out to everybody who propagandized.
Classic.
Right? But now the smoke has cleared. The mirrors are wiped off clean. And we know what it's going to be. It's going to be Devin Haney versus Keyshawn Davis for the WBO championship at 147 pounds. Oh, it's go time, ladies and gentlemen. It's show and prove time. I'm telling you right now, chat. If y'all watch my last live fight call of the Boots Ennis card with Xander Zayas, I covered the entire card. If you guys watched that fight call, y'all should have won some money with me. I'm telling you right now, betting everything on Devin Haney. And it ain't no disrespect to Keyshawn. It ain't no disrespect to Keyshawn. I'm telling y'all right now, betting everything on Devin Haney, chat. Ain't no fighter with less than 20 fights in or around 147 pounds. Listen to me clear. Ain't no fighter with less than 20, I don't care who they fought in their 19, 18, or 17 fights. Ain't no fighter with less than 20 fights in or around 147 pounds beating Devin Haney right now. Fundamentally, off the strength of that, we betting the watches on Dev.
Classic.
We betting the cars on Dev. we betting the house on Dev.
Classic.
Gang. Keyshawn could fight. He ain't got enough experience, gang. Devin got fast hands and faster feet. And he's going to fight behind his strategy, chat. He ain't in there to prove no point. You're not finna hear him promise niggas no knockout. And here go the thing, though. Devin don't be getting knockouts, but he be beating people to fuck up.
Classic.
He don't get credit for that. He don't get credit for beating people up. Was Lomachenko okay after that fight? Hell no. They said Lomachenko ribs was broke. Y'all forgot his eye was all swolled up and shit. Devin had some lumps too, but Lomachenko got beat up. Jorge Linares got beat up. Jojo Diaz got beat up. Kambosos too. In the second Kambosos fight, that uppercut that Dev hit him with, that roll under uppercut that he hit him with. Devin be beating niggas up. Yeah, you might not get knocked out, get your ass beat. Brian Norman Jr. nose is still a little crooked to this day.
Classic.
To this day. Listen, chat. When I start lying, I'll start flying, chat.
Remember this day. Remember this day.
We ain't no nigga under 20 fights beating Devin Haney, chat. Line it up. Line it up. Keyshawn looks good. He's impressive. He ain't even fighting Devin right now for Keyshawn in a real fight, not sparring. Right now, fighting Devin for Keyshawn in a real sanctioned fight is like 3 steps up. Not 1, not 2. Fighting Devin is like 3 steps up. The best nigga Keyshawn Davis been in the ring with is who? Is who? In a real fight. Not sparring with Keyshawn. Not sparring with Shakur. Not having a fucking fencing match with his brother. Because him and Shakur ain't in there throwing no heat. They're not in there trying to get over. They ain't in there trying to fuck each other over. Not for real. Not with all the love they got for each other. Man, Shakur said he loved Keyshawn with his whole heart.
Classic.
With his whole heart. Listen, Keyshawn getting in the ring with Devin Haney in a sanctioned fight right now, that nigga taking 3 steps up. Not 1, 3. What up, Ra? He said Shakur is a cherry picker. Hey, listen, you said it. I'm just reading your comments. Rashid said, I think Shakur versus Gary Antoine is the biggest fight at 140. Name-wise, maybe. As far as just talking names, maybe. But the best fight for Shakur right now, I like how Mortaya was able to negate the skill set and the boxing prowess of Andy Cruz. You understand? And I would love for Shakur to meet Ray Mortaya whatever weight, because Shakur said he won a campaign between 35 and 40. So ain't no reason not to fight Mortaya. Ain't no reason not to ask to take up Oshaki on his offer to come to 35 or even to come to 40. Ain't no reason. There's no reason. So, yeah, and then Gary Antoine don't want it. So why chase the chicken? No disrespect. Why chase the chicken? Metaphorically speaking, I'm not trying to disrespect Gary because I don't think Gary's afraid of Shakur. But anytime you talking about you want to fight Shakur last, it's a reason for that. If you think you will beat him now, why not fight him now? Why not fight him next? Why not want it immediately? Why not? What's the fucking hold up? You see what I'm saying? So there's something there. You know what I mean? I'm just listening to what the man said. Not right now. I want to save Shakur for last. Yeah.
It's already out there. It's already out there.
Yeah, you said you want to see that one. I already know how that's going to look. Shakur going to master distance, keep Gary at bay, and just be sharp. We know what that's going to look like. You can bet on Shakur by UD. Ross said Keyshawn taking more of a risk than Shakur ever has. Facts. Boy got heart. He going to get paid handsome for this ass whooping, too. Ross said Devin has pillow fists, but nobody has walked him down. Yeah, hey, what's the math on that, Ra? That's 2 + 2 is 25, ain't it? They say the man got pillow fists, but ain't nobody walked through him. You said Ortiz. You said Ortiz is the best fighter that's been in the ring with Keyshawn. How many levels above Ortiz is Devin Haney? Talk to me, Ra. Jordan says Shakur needs to go ahead and step to Foster. Dead ass. Well, listen, he gave his word. He gave his word on the record, and he's not keeping his word, you know? So Rashid said, I want to see Mortaya versus Shakur. That's what I'm talking about. Now, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
It's already out there. It's already out there.
Give me Mortaya. Give me Mortaya Shakur. That's what I want. Give me that. That's what I want. I like how Mortaya look against because Andy Cruz is a hell of a boxer. Slick, clean, sharp. You know what I'm saying? Precise. What up, Souls? 333. Souls are thought in the building. You know what I'm saying? Andy Cruz is a hell of a boxer. And the way Mortaya game plan for that, it was being first and last all night, and then was more active. Yeah, nah. Hell of a game plan, hell of execution of a game plan. And if you can do that against Andy Cruz, then I would love to see what you could do with Shakur Stevenson, who I believe is only like one level above Andy Cruz in skills. Somebody else might chuckle at that, but Andy Cruz is very, very skillful. I think when he really starts sitting on his punches a bit more, he going to be a problem too. Andy in the pros, he just got to sit down on his shots a little more. He still want to score and go like the amateurs and be slick, but in the pros, it's some niggas where you got to hurt them a little bit to make them measure their approach, or they just gonna get on your ass. They're not gonna worry about what you got coming. You feel me? So it's a little different. It's the damage game in the pros. You got to inflict some damage. Ross said Ortiz is a contender. Devin is a proven champion in 3 divisions. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Keyshawn Davis ain't been in a sanctioned fight with nobody near the level of Devin Haney. I'm going to tell y'all again, like I told y'all when Devin was getting ready to fight Brian Norman, and I tried to help all you innocent people get some money. I tried. I told y'all, I said Brian Norman Jr. is going to get in the ring fully confident. I don't think his confidence fake at all. I said Brian Norman Jr. going to get in the ring, and the fight going to start. And he going to realize in real time that there's levels to this shit. And that's the same thing Keyshawn going to do. I don't give a fuck how much you sparred Shakur. Ray Ford sparred Shakur for his fight against O'Shaquie Foster. Lost by unanimous decision. I don't care who you sparred with. That shit don't mean shit. It don't. It do, but it don't. You feel me? It's niggas who don't even fight how they spar at all. They say Money Mayweather was pulverizing niggas in the gym and training camp. Getting the fight under the lights, throw 35 punches per round, economical, efficient, defensive, and wizardry. But in sparring in camp, putting niggas in the hospital. So, like I said, it do, but it don't. Keyshawn gonna get in there and realize there's levels to this shit. Rashid said, but Gary is a champion at 142, and I think he can win that fight. But he don't think he can. And that's the problem, Rashid. I don't think Gary thinks that he could win. Listen, when they asked Gary Antoine Russell about Shakur, that nigga said everything except let's fight. Ain't that the phrase that Devin Haney and them coined? They say everything except let's fight. He was asked about Shakur. The first thing this nigga said was respectful. First thing came out his mouth was reverence. You know, out of respect for boxing, out of respect for the process, Shakur Stevenson, he earned his way, and he had, his journey to get to where he is at. I'm a champion here, and I want to unify, and you know what I mean? And then I want to say that fight for last. Man, you did all that. You did all that talking. Like,
what you was going to do?
So we know what that is. You might think Gary could beat Shakur. I don't think Gary think he could beat Shakur, at least not right now, which is why that nigga asking for more time. He wants more time so he can get good enough. That's what that sounds like to me, because they're not going to get no more extra bread. It's not like Gary Antoine Russell is doing something on his social media platforms or taking on some type of an opponent that's going to make him more popular next year than he is right now. Gary Antoine Russell's profile not going to grow. Is he doing something on social media or in marketing, in the space of marketing, to grow his star in boxing? No. So the money he going to make with Shakur is the money he going to make with Shakur. So he could fight him today or he could fight him in 8 months. The bread they going to offer him going to be the same. You know, he's not a household name and he's not doing anything to become one. Ross says Shakur sees Gary as easy work or he wouldn't entertain a fight with him. Exactly. We know that Shakur only calls out fighters when he already sees something. When he already sees something, he on your ass. I need that work. I need that work when he already sees something. But we are here to talk about Haney and Keyshawn, right? Because Shakur didn't want to fight. Yay in the building, 333. YN check in, right? Devin Haney posted on his Twitter, Davis, he said one Davis after another, right? And he said Haney versus Davis. Then he retweeted his own post and he put Key, letting people know he's not talking about Gervonta, but he is in fact talking about Keyshawn. So when I put out Smoke and Mirrors a month and a half ago, when everybody was in the middle of, oh man, Devin and Shakur got to figure it out. I hope they figure it out. Dev calling Shakur bluff. Woo out the blase. I said it's all smoke and mirrors. It's been Keyshawn the whole time. It's documented, chat. It's documented. You know what I'm saying? When I'm right, I come back and I let y'all know, hey, hope y'all got some money. I was right. When I'm wrong, I come back and let y'all know shit. I thought I had it figured out, chat.
Oh, nigga, you know what's up. We kept the file.
But yeah, Devin Haney by death by 1,000 cuts. Keyshawn might get bloodied up a little bit because he's new to the weight class. He doesn't think Devin could punch, which means he'll probably get punched a few times hard as hell before he realized that shit was a myth. And on top of that, I think Keyshawn gonna actually try to win the fight. And if you're getting outclassed and outboxed and you keep trying to win, that's when you end up getting an ass whooping. And that's historically what it is. If you keep trying to win against a guy who is outclassing you, you end up getting beat the fuck up. Death by 1,000 cuts. Poke, stab, poke, jab, punch, hook, stab, pat, poke, and you get more frustrated and you pressing and you keep getting punched on. That's how that goes. So he might get bloodied up a little bit. He said Haney finna have a gym going crazy. Yup. Ross said, so Tank is going to fight Devin in January and no fight in between. Yeah, right. No, Devin finna fight Keyshawn. Then he going to fight Tank. But I'm telling y'all right now, let everybody gas Keyshawn up because they should. Keyshawn is very talented. He ain't got enough skin in the game. Nobody under 20 fights beating Dev. Nobody under 20 fights beating Dev. Nobody. On the planet. Merchant, give me a name. Nobody under 20 fights beating Dev. Keyshawn not doing that shit under 20 fights. He not. He control all he want. Nigga need to make weight. Is he going to make weight? We know Keyshawn don't like to make weight. Is he going to make weight? Nigga might come in at 150. Nobody would know. You drinking during training camp. You smoking weed during training camp. You coming in overweight. Nobody with that lack of discipline beating Dev. But I hope that Vegas thinks so. Because I'm betting everything, nigga. Everything on Dev, folks. Ain't no puncher's chance. None of that. It ain't. It ain't even no puncher. It's the sport of boxing. I know it's literally incorrect to say there's no puncher's chance because it's the sport of boxing. I'm being facetious. Listen. Devin Haney death by 1,000 cuts. I'm making my fight pick early. There ain't no date yet. Ain't no location yet. I ain't seen training camp. Keyshawn Davis and Devin can fight 100 times. Devin Haney gonna win 100 times. That's what it is, G. Devin Haney's a better boxer than Keyshawn Davis. And Keyshawn's a hell of a fighter. He is. I'm not sleeping on him or nothing. I just give credit where credit's due. I seen Devin beat niggas 4, 5, 6 different ways. He's gonna come in and fight behind his strategy. And he's equipped to keep you the fuck up off him. So if he just want to pick, poke, make it boring, and just beat you like that, he could always resort to that. And you can't say shit because his brother fight the same way. Keyshawn's brother, he fight the same way. Pick, poke, economical output. Devin actually fights, like he engages and shit. He has a higher punch output than Shakur. So we not gonna call it boring. And Keyshawn not gonna let it be boring because he's aggressive. So Devin gonna end up, I'm telling you, that aggression get used against you against a master boxer. He gonna end up getting beat the fuck up. I don't think he gonna get stopped, but don't be surprised if his nose, you know what I'm talking about? Don't be surprised if his nose a little funny. In too deep, 333, what up? Ross said, who Tank gonna fight before January? He could go a few directions. It ain't gonna be Schofield though. I don't think Tank want to fight Schofield. They got him as a champion in recess. They let him off the hook. Soul said, like on both channels, Classic Code Sports 333. Yes, Lord. In Too Deep said, please click on the notification bell so you don't miss future lives. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. But yeah, man, that's my early take on it, man. We're not going to harp on it too long. We're going to have plenty of time to cover this. Shout out to everybody tapping in for the first time. For everybody that's here, do me a favor. Go to Classic Codes Sports. I know you could be watching this on Kick right now. You could be watching this on The Classic Codes. Go to Classic Codes Sports and hit that subscribe button. We on the road to 1K subs. We walking that shit down ever so aggressively. You know what I mean? And if you catch this on the rewatch, please jump in the comments and chime in and let me know what you think about this fight. I have made my pick very, very clear off the rip, but we still gonna cover it intensely as we get closer to a real announcement, an official announcement, right? A date and a time. You never know, man. We get enough super chats, we get enough cash apps, enough PayPals. Maybe Classic Code Sports slide out to the Devin Haney fight and we cover that shit, man. You know, hey, we ain't gonna put nothing past nothing. You feel me?
Let's get ready to rumble.
But left hand said, can't wait to see Keyshawn on the canvas, bloodied up, foaming at the mouth, look at it like a stray dog. I don't know if it get that bad, but if he keep trying to win, if he don't just decide, you know what, I'm gonna just get through the night and get my bread and go ahead and move on. If he don't make that decision and he keep trying to win, he gonna get beat the fuck up. For sure. Ross said, I'm locked in. Keep grinding. You on the way. Appreciate it, Rod. Gratitude, brother. I don't take it for granted, for sure. But yeah, man, tap in on the rewatch and jump in them comments. Let's move. All right, y'all. It's been another great installment. We had a short card today. We talked about Abdullah Mason's homecoming. And we also talked about Devin Haney. Devin and Bill both were on X tweeting about the potential next opponent of Keyshawn Davis and coming after that, Gervonta Davis. So if that holds to be true, Devin Haney is truly on some legendary shit, and that's why he holds the #1 position on the no documented ducking list. 2 updates.
Remember this day. Remember this day.
We got to give the credit where the credit is due, chat. We got to do that. You know what I mean? Y'all call it glazing or whatever y'all want. When he starts stepping funny, I'm going to talk about it. But for right now, Devin Haney is he definitely looking for the most smoke. And he trying to create a legendary career for himself, legacy and all. So Jordan said, much love, homie, for sure, for sure. Appreciate it. But yeah, man, we'll be back tomorrow with another live stream, and we're going to discuss Jaron Boots Ennis, his future, his flaws, and yeah, we'll talk about his future. We'll talk about his flaws, and we'll talk about whether or not we think that Jaron Boots Ennis will retire as an undefeated fighter. That's the conversation we're going to have tomorrow, so make sure y'all lock in and get y'all minds right for that. Probably drop the link, let some people come up, give me their opinion, and we're going to go like that, man. But it's been the Classic Code Sports. We up out of here, man. If y'all don't do nothing else, stick to the codes. We got another classic.
Why you ain't say nothing? I'm only going to do this once. You always knew I'd make it. Even in the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? You believed in me the whole time, for real? Yeah. I couldn't tell. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Why you ain't say nothing? Stages on moon getting bigger. Now you wanna say something. But watching my story all winning. Why you ain't say nothing? 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 You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Put that on my soul. They ain't hungry no more when it's time to eat crow. Or farming, I'm enhancing my glow. Ain't gon' argue with you about what I know. Photo album, all I'm seeing is ghosts. Had to remodel from pillar to post. Said what I said, I ain't come here to argue. You said congratulations, should've said sorry. Got it, now you won't be part of the party. Your access denied, I'm sorry, not sorry. When I needed air, niggas wouldn't have farted. Now they pulling up and thinking we solid. Now I'm on the phone talking $1 million topics. Up early, Zoom call out to Abu Dhabi. Don't answer my phone if it's gonna be about gossip. I don't really care, everybody got problems. That's why I be sharing my woes, letting y'all know it's okay, you can come up from the bottom. Whoa, scraping, scratching, clawing. Before I start running, I started with crawling. Before I got balance, I started with falling. Started with broke before I ever was balling. Started with hope before ever reward. They ain't show up till I became important. You was around me from the beginning. Why you ain't say nothing? Seen them hard times, couldn't kill me. Why you ain't say nothing? Stages I'm on getting bigger. Now you wanna say something? Been watching my story all winter. Why you ain't say